Derrick Diamond for WGWF.com with the breaking news of the departing Ramna Sautome, a minority owner in this company, would sell his shares to a former chairman of the board, Centurion. And folks, here to discuss all the comings and goings of the WGWF, the recovering chronic Chris Page. Chris, thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Yeah, no problem.
First and foremost, I know most of our listeners do want to know, how is the man himself doing with his rehab?
Rehab's going. I took my first steps earlier this week without the usage of a cane or a walker for that matter. Took a first couple steps. It's the back is what it is. I had a successful operation on it. They did repair and fuse several things that needed to be taken care of. Unfortunately, my health aside, I'm not really concerned about that as much as I am the state of my company right now.
With the sudden departure of one Dante and Goliath, again, Dante was scheduled to be in the Elimination Chamber.
Dante just didn't want to do business. I'm not going to get into the political aspect of it. At the end of the day, it was his decision. He chose to opt out of his contract. That being said, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Unfortunately, we have to go the route of finding another participant for the Elimination Chamber. But I will not be told what's what. It's just not going to be that way. It never has been that way. And Dante apparently thought that things should have went differently in his contest Monday night. Furthermore, just kind of put the screws to the fan, so to speak, and took his ball and went home. I've got, I can't begin to tell you how long I've been on the telephone all day with this matter and with several other matters that have come to light over the last 12 hours. It's definitely not an easy thing to deal with when you're stuck at home. I can only do so much from the house, and unfortunately, the company's been put in a position, and that position is going to be rectified. I look at it like this. I don't force anybody to be here. I sign you to a contract, and you can opt out at any point in time. The show will always go on, and that's where I'm at right now. Again, as the owner of this company, I will not be dictated to.
And holding your company hostage, let's focus on a superstar still with the roster, even though there was some question to his status. Paul Frost, the man attacking officials. We were told that after the show, Paul Frost was suspended. When Nick Ryan was asked if Chris Page had any input on the matter at hand, he gave us a no comment. Chris, we'll ask you, were you involved in the decision at the time to suspend Paul Frost?
At that point in time, I was not. Again, I have a board of directors that are in place to handle situations like this in my absence. Paul Frost has got to realize real quick that he's barking up the wrong tree. If you want to lay your hands on my officials, at this point in time, I will levy a $50,000 fine on Paul Frost, and this fine will be paid Monday night. If it's not paid, he will not compete. It's just that simple. You're not going to lay hands on officials and then expect to be given an opportunity here. But the opportunity that was provided to Paul was not provided by me. Let's just go ahead and get that record straight. If I had my way about it, he'd be sitting at home. If Paul continues to lay hands on officials, there will be hell to pay.
Have you had the chance to speak with Paul? Have you reached out to him? Has he reached out to you by other means, via Twitter, or what's going on?
There's been some Twitter back and forth between Paul and I. I have tried to personally contact him. My phone call was not answered. I've tried to reach out to him via text message. It wasn't answered. At the end of the day, I think Paul realizes that he's making a mistake. He's a staple in this company. Has been in this company since 2007. He's got more longevity in this company than I do, and that the lack of respect that's been shown as of late is just uncanny. It's mind-boggling to me. To this day, and I was one of the most hated men in this organization for years, but there's still some shit that I wouldn't do, and that's one of them. I'm not going to lay my hands on somebody who's beneath me, who cannot physically put up a fight against me. And that's what you're doing when you attack referees. To me, it's the act of a gutless coward.
Well, I'm sure your sentiments do reflect a large, I would say, majority of our fan base, and we wish nothing but the best for those ill-fated referees on their speedy return to the WGWF. But, Chris, back to matters in the boardroom, as opposed to in-ring housekeeping. I want to take you through the day here on May 15th, because a lot of things broke on WGWF.com, and I'm sure fans are looking for answers and looking for you. As of 5 p.m. today on May the 15th, apparently breaking news came out of the company. Rama Sautome has stepped away for personal reasons. Apparently, he sold his share, his 46% share in the company, worth upwards of $30 million, back to a familiar face for most WGWF fans, Centurion.
Well, let's just go ahead and get all this out in the open here. I was not privy to this via WGWF.com. I was privy to this by an individual ringing my doorbell and providing me with two sets of documents. One set of documents confirmed the sale of 46% of this company to Centurion. That's out of my control. Ronma had 46% of the company. He bought that stock off of Matt Hawkins last year. Unfortunately, my hands are tied with that. The second set of documents that I received today is a little bit more serious. Centurion and his team of attorneys, I don't know how they pulled this off, but they did. It's now been brought to my attention as even being the primary owner of this federation of 51%. Apparently my decision-making skills are, how can I word this, are not, they basically hold no weight unless I'm in the building. And unfortunately, recovering from a back operation, I'm not going to be present anytime soon. So this puts the state of my company in jeopardy, serious jeopardy.
And apparently tonight the board of directors will be on a conference call. And I do know your time is very limited and sacred here, Paige. Big question, will you be on that call tonight?
Yes, I will. It's as a matter of fact, here we are, it's 9:30 my time. I'm not sure what time it is where you're at. At the end of this conference call has already happened. We bear in mind, I do not have anything polite to say about Nick Ryan. However, a man that I do respect is Adam Barker. Adam Barker is the individual who sold me my share of this company last year. It was a very interesting meeting, a conference call rather, I should say, between the board of directors and myself. Bear in mind, I've had little to no contact with anybody since, having the back operation and dealing with the things that I'm having to deal with on the road to recovery. So, for me to join in on this call today, a lot of business got taken care of. I cannot say that, I cannot confirm or deny, at this point, Centurion has control of the company. I refuse to confirm that right now, because I simply just don't want to. It makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach, and that's as real as I can put it. It's truly been a horrible evening to be chronic Chris Page and to have to deal with this. My phone has not stopped ringing. I've had talents call me. I've had agents call. I've had, you name them, they've called. Everyone is just as shocked at the sale as I am. I will say this, I've got a close eye on things. Again, unfortunately, I'm in no position to make an appearance. So, as horrible as it sounds, unfortunately, we're just going to have to deal with Centurion calling the shots at this point. Until I'm released and I'm able to get back and handle the day-to-day operations of this company.
But if you had a message to current WGWF talent, officials, training staff, what would that message be? I
don't know what Monday night's going to hold, and that's just real talk. I don't know. I don't know what decisions are going to be made. I don't know what or where Centurion's head is at. I don't know if he's going to do what's best for business or if he's going to do what's best for himself. The only thing that I can tell the talent and I can tell officials and anyone else who's within earshot of my voice at this point in time, I want you guys to show up. I want you guys to do the best you can do inside the squared circle. Try and keep it as business as usual. And we're going to hope that Centurion has a level head, and we're going to hope that he, does not do what I feel he's going to do. And it's just a sad day. I want guys like Marcus Enderton to step up. I want guys like, Rage. I need Rage stepping up. I need all my guys who, whether you're a face or whether you're a heel, if you believe in the WGWF for what it is right now, and it's not, to me, it's probably one of the darkest days in the WGWF.
Chris, I want to thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Wish we talked about better circumstances. Monday night, Oklahoma. We will be live. Perhaps the century of Centurion begins. And let's hope it begins on a fresh start, folks. Chris Page. This has been Derrick Diamond for WGWF.com. Stay tuned. We will have more on this developing situation as it occurs. Breaking news. Centurion, now co-owner of the WGWF, Ramna Sautomi aside,